Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new movie review. What a wonderful day. Oh, yes it is, because it's the review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So I just watched this film, and with this new installment that is connected to the last trilogy, we follow a young ape centuries later. The planet is now mainly dominated by apes. They are just going through their everyday lives until certain things put this new young ape on a path that will have major effects on ape and humankind. Now, I think most people can agree that the previous trilogy was phenomenal. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I like that origin story and it's a very enjoyable film. And then Matt Reeves just jumped into the franchise and brought it to an insane new level with Dawn. And that movie wasn't just good, it was excellent. A masterful work by Matt Reeves. And really showing you what you are capable of in terms of story, characters, and even visuals with the Planet of the Apes films. And even when we're talking about War for Planet of the Apes, a movie that I still think holds a high bar. And the only complaint I ever heard about that film is there was no war in a movie that it was called War of the Planet of the Apes. Now, years later, Disney wanted to bring this franchise back in terms they now have 20th Century Studios, so they have the rights, and they wanted to continue with the franchise. And I was extremely skeptical, even more so with the director Wes Ball will be helming this movie, and he previous did the Maze Runner trilogy, and I like those movies. But even with that, I was like, that quality and the quality of the Planet of the Apes is very far and few in between. I don't know if this director is up for the challenge. After watching this movie, I'm never doubting Wes Ball again. I'm happy to report that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes not only delivers on being a great movie, it is up there in quality with the previous trilogy. And I was hyped because of the trailer, but also I had to give it off for the marketing department because this was one of those times where they did actually hide a lot from the trailers. And I'm not saying there are mind-blowing reviews here. They don't get that expectation in your mind, but certain action sequences and like what the real main story is in this movie about was not really put that forward. And once the movie dives into it and goes in these slightly different directions that you were expecting, or it just made all the much better since you weren't thinking that's where the movie was headed. Now let me say that what makes this story in this franchise, when it is very best unique, is the idea of another species leveling up to mankind. And that's very interesting also because we humans and we are distant ancestors and everything seems familiar, but we are still bottom line different species. And I think that context of where we are so similar but yet we are not is very well done in this movie, and I love that exploration of it in this movie. I think this film is a great step forward from the last trilogy, the Caesar trilogy, and that was a phenomenal. And now this one, it has this emotional effect. It also has more of an intimate story and a more emotional story, similar to the original Planet of the Apes movie, the one that came in 1968. Now, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes takes place around 300 years after the time of Caesar, when apes, with the original trilogy, was the beginning. When apes and humans started to switch places, and we see that Caesar has been turned into a religious figure, some following his teacher, while others twist them and do evil in his name. And I love that this movie was intentionally exploring that, which I thought was really interesting. The movie has excellent surprises, amazing performances, and I'm just really impressed with director Wes Ball here. He's really leveling up as a director with this movie. Now, moving on to the visual effects in this movie. Now, this movie has a budget of 160 million, $160 million, but whoa, it looks so good. Now, first off, the apes are exceptionally well realized, not just from afar, but when it counts, particularly in a film like this, up close. The emotion of the performances is so good and so subtly as well. I mean, it's just really impressive. But then on top of that, to Ball's credit, it's not just all the VFX team. There are a number of shots here that are also really strong, that makes this intimate emotional story at moments still feel very epic and thrilling. And they show us this movie on IMAX, and whoa, it was incredible. Now, no spoilers, there will be no spoilers here, but this film for the most part is simple, but close to the end it starts to get complicated, and for me that's a welcome surprise. I love that. And I think Wes Ball and screenwriter Josh Friedman very carefully started this franchise, not only the elements of the franchise but also the emotional feeling of the previous films, and they did an incredible job here capturing those elements and that feeling. I think that is very important here. Moving on to the cast. Owen Teague as Nova. Whoa, one incredible, amazing performance here. And not just the performance, but also the script does a great job of setting Noah as a new lead. Very nicely done. I mean, Andy Serkis did an incredible job as Caesar in the last trilogy, and I'm so happy to say that this is just exceptionally well done. I mean, I'm very happy to see this as our new lead. Another character who benefits greatly from the script is Freya Allen's May. Like I said, no spoilers here, but her character is a very complex character. Alan does a great job maintaining the mystery of her character, slowly revealing elements of her true self as the story unfolds. She is the other of this story. She is the alien here, the outsider, and Alan does a great job of being true to that trope. Another huge standout in the performance here is Peter McCone as Rocker. What a scene stealing is this guy. I mean, I can't imagine this movie without this character. I love his character. And again, the facial subtlety and emotion is just well done. It's absolutely incredible. And Kevin Durand as Proximus, I'm so impressed with this guy. I just saw him in Abigail, playing an incredibly different character. And when you consider these two performances back to back, man, this guy has been in Hollywood for years, and he has really great range as an actor. So I'm very happy for Kevin Durand here. And William H. Macy also show up in this movie, and he showed up in a way that I didn't expect. So you have that surprise when you see this movie. Now, one thing there is mix of negative, and I do think some people are going to find the movie is a bit too long, and maybe they will grow maybe slightly impatient with the pacing of the movie. The movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes long. Now, for myself personally, I was immersed in this movie. I was fully locked into everything this movie was throwing my way. But there were some slower moments in between some of the bigger action scenes, a lot of dialogue, a lot of we setting up these characters, giving you an idea of how much this world has changed over time, and I could see some growing a bit tired with the runtime. But other than that, I think the film is excellent. Now, I really think this is a film that you definitely need to see in theaters, especially in a premium format. Now, I saw this movie, the first screening was in IMAX, and the quality of the image and sound, it was perfect. Now, I love the Caesar trilogy, and I didn't feel this franchise had anywhere left to go, but I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised with this movie, and I'm excited for the next one, for the next chapter in this story. And I'm just, it definitely a must watch. Now, I want to thank Sociedad Integra for the invitation, so thank you for that. So that's my review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.